Yo, how's it going, YouTube? This is Ethan with Max Heart Gaming, and with the Nintendo Switch launch now under 30 days away, I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and gather up all that information about the system out there and put it in one solid video. So, as I'm sure you know by now, the Nintendo Switch will launch on March 3rd, 2017. It'll come with the main Switch console, a Nintendo Switch dock, a right and a left Joy-Con, as well as the Joy-Con grip, and then it also includes the HDMI cable and AC adapter. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the coolest feature of the Nintendo Switch, the fact that you can take it on the go and play anywhere. Now while in tablet mode the Switch will have a resolution of 720p and a battery life that ranges from 2.5 hours to 6 hours depending on what game you're playing. Now Nintendo has already confirmed that games such as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will make your system die in about 3 hours. Nintendo has already seen such low battery life as a problem, and as a solution you can buy a car AC adapter for $12.99 at GameStop. Now let's talk about storage. The Switch comes with 32 gigabytes of internal storage, and some of that has to be dedicated to the system itself. Now if you plan on buying physical games only, having 32 gigabytes won't really be a problem. But if you're a fan of buying all digital, 32 gigabytes really doesn't add up to be a lot. In fact, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild would take up half the memory since it downloads at 13.4 gigabytes of data. However, there is good news on the expanded memory front. The console will support microSD and SDHC cards, as well as the previously confirmed SDXC cards, which gives plenty of options for memory expansion in the future. Other new features of the Nintendo Switch include the left Joy-Con has a capture button that players can press to take instant screenshots of the games they're playing to share with their friends on social media, while the right Joy-Con includes an NFC touch point for interaction with amiibo figures, as well as an IR motion camera that can detect the distance, shape, and motion of nearby objects in specifically designed games. For example, it can tell how far away a player's hand is, and even if the hand is forming a rock, paper, or scissors shape. Both the left and the right Joy-Con include advanced HD rumble, which can provide compatible games with subtle vibrations that are much more realistic than before. The effect is so detailed that a player could, for example, feel a sensation of an individual ice cube gliding inside a glass when shaking a Joy-Con. With HD rumble, players can experience a level of realism not possible through sights and sounds alone. Also, up to 8 systems can be connected for local wireless play. The player can place the system upright anywhere by using the built-in stand, then easily share a Joy-Con for multiplayer fun away from the TV. Now, Nintendo has already confirmed that they are putting the responsibility on the publisher to put the parameters in place to where each individual system will need their own copy of the game. If the publishers do not put this parameter in place, it could be possible that you only need one copy of a certain game when playing local wireless play. Now, even though the Switch doesn't have a ton of games on launch day, Nintendo has confirmed that over 100 games are in development for the year 2017, and even though there are only 6 titles on launch day, they're really good titles. You have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is obviously the biggest and most wanted title for launch day. There is also 1-2 Switch, which will show off the newest feature of the systems and the Joy-Cons, but will also be a great multiplayer game. Super Bomberman R, The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, Just Dance 2017, and Skylanders Imaginator Starter Pack. With more games coming out as soon as the end of March, you have Has Been Heroes, and then at the end of April, we have Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now for the big question. Is Nintendo Switch worth buying? A lot of people are having a problem with justifying paying $299.99 US currency for a Nintendo system that doesn't even come packaged with a game, when they could pay less for a new PS4 or Xbox One that do include games. And this is very understandable. However, all this tech Nintendo is launching is new tech, and new tech isn't cheap. Let's compare it to launch day prices between the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. On launch day, the PS4 ran for $399.99 US currency. the Xbox One ran for $499.99 US currency. So by far, the Switch is the cheapest launch price we've seen in a while. Also, the PS4 nor the Xbox One can do anything remotely close to what the Switch has to offer. And while it may be true that the PS4 and Xbox One have better graphics, games aren't great just because of their graphics. What makes a great game is the story and character development behind each game, and Nintendo does an excellent job at providing both of these features in their games. So even though the Switch has a couple of problems, none of them are major and all have a fix. So I'm going to have to say yes, Nintendo Switch is a must-buy for all Nintendo fans. So that's it for my very first video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know the quality of this video isn't the best, but if you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe, for I'll be making a new video every week, either talking about upcoming launches or releasing personal reviews on some great games that I've been playing. Please also tell me in the comments below if there's anything I can do to make these videos better or anything you'd like to see me talk about. Thanks, everyone.